I'm gonna roll out the gray carpet.
My husband's a painter, everybody, and a comedian.
Yeah, right?
But the thing is,
My job's a joke. That doesn't mean I'm a comedian.
I was just gonna say, but it's not funny when you can't get your own things done and your painter lives with you. But listen, our house, man, it needs some work outside. I mean, you probably can't tell on camera, right? Because it's like, but it's really uneven. And who was it, Benjamin Moore, that changed their product?
Let's not start slandering companies here.
No, but some company changed their product. A very well-known Benjamin Moore. And
I did not say that.
and it just didn't sink into the wood as good. It's like some spots are dark, some spots are light, and even with the wood brightener, because listen to me, I actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. Look at how uneven that is. It's terrible. So I want it dark. I wanted it black, stained black, because, you know, why not? And I want to keep the wood under here, which really isn't exposed to elements, brown. And I know that sounds strange, but we're going to not do that until the end. And then hopefully I want to keep it that way. Hopefully I want to keep it natural under there. But so my husband doesn't want to like start it, because once we add this semi-solid stain, you can't go back. So, and I want him to just start doing it so that he can't go back and he has to get it done.
I heard the owner's wife loves to spend money like crazy, so I dropped everything. I said, this is the job I'm going to start this with. I need to get paid.
Oh my God. I'm going to pay you in flowers.
Yeah. All right, leave me be so I can get it done.
Well, I want to see, yeah, so this is the before of
We're
our...
going to have a tutorial here.
No, but this is like, you know, I do love our house. It's so cute and it's quaint and it's small, man. We don't have a big house by any means, but you know, it's time to give it a little love. It's not that old and it's starting to look a little aged. I mean, aren't we all?
Do you want to help me?
Yeah, would love to.
All right, well, you're going to have to do the high stuff.
Oh no, I'm just filming, because isn't that what you do when you say I'm going to help you in the garden? You just film me.
Well,
and I'm going to ask you questions. So hop up on that ladder, sweet cheeks.
Yeah, well, I think you should go up on the ladder, and when you fall, you're fired before you hit the ground.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well,
if I hit it, hopefully I hit it hard.
I also heard the people didn't really, you know, have good insurance here either. So let's be careful.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I got to get some stuff ready, and then I guess you can show them how we're going to paint it.
Wow.
Stain it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sounds like a deal.
Sure.
Oh man, he did it, you guys.
It's done now.
He did it. There's no going back.
Once you go black, you don't go back.
My God. You did it.
Oh boy, I can't believe I let you convince me to do this.
Oh.
See what nagging gets accomplished?
Oh, that's terrible. You know what?
And
Oh
look, now
man.
I'm rushing, see?
Oh man.
It's stage fright. You're lucky I got a sand that. But normally you don't want to get the stain on the deck when you're doing a job.
Maybe you should cover it.
This is like a rush job. This is...
Why are you rushing?
Because I went to give you a sample and you said, yes, let's go.
Oh, and you're still dripping.
And that's fine.
We have to replace some of the boards on the porch anyway. Some of these edge boards. So the more you stain them, the more I'll want them replaced. Oh, is that a Slim Jim?
That is a Slim Jim. It's a small roller.
Oh, guys, this is going to be beautiful.
It definitely will save time.
You know, like, this is like not exactly black, but it's like so dark that it looks black.
There's a couple ways you could have gone. I went with the semi-solid oil because I only want to do it once. I don't want to be here priming it and then putting a latex solid stain on. Unfortunately, the EPA has changed a lot of things and you can't get the petroleum-based paints you used to get. Now you're kind of forced to do water-based.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, most people don't, but makes my job more difficult.
All I know is that is a beautiful color. It's hard to see in the camera.
It's nice now until a spider decides he wants to set up a shop, and you're gonna see it's web and everything.
That's okay. I have a husband who can power wash.
Black is a very difficult color to keep clean.
Oh, I don't care.
Just look at Jack's. You can see, hey, you want me to hit a few spots there?
He looks like he needs a touch up.
He needs a little Grecian formula by the looks of it. Come on, get out of the way, dog. But yeah, that's how it's gonna look. It's a one coat deal. If your wood is in really bad shape, I could just go back up, cut it, and roll it again. But I think it looks beauty, you know? Plus, I know the guy that owns the place, so he doesn't care at this point.
Yeah, what's his wife think?
She thinks too much, is from what I hear.
Man, look at that, though.
It looks great.
Look at that. It's going to be awesome.
It is. It's gonna
And it
look
still
good
shows
for
like the
about-
wood grain and...
It's like when you clean the kitchen. It looks good for
Beautiful.
about a week, and then after that, forget it.
There's some sunlight shining. It's kind of skewing the color. But oh man, look at that. Is gorgeous. Oh, is it going to be a clean look? I mean, in my head, it's going to be a clean look.
It's going to be a long night is what it's going to be.
That's all right.
Leave me be.
Yes.
Go do what you got to do.
Oh, really? You don't
Yeah.
want me to bug you while you're doing your thing?
Well, painting and gardening are totally different.
Actually, the house needs to look good because if it's dark, all my flowers are going to pop.
Well, good, honey. I did this for you. I didn't do it for me.
You're the best.
So,
You're the best.
hopefully it looks
I can't
good.
believe you committed. I can't believe you did it. He was like, oh, do you want me to do the well up here? See this well? He's like, I'll just do that first. I'm like, no. And then he's like, let's do this little dumpy shed that we have, which looks, oh my God, you guys, I'm embarrassed to even show that. It's just full of junk that we need to clean out. But, and I'm like, no, just do it.
And there's
Just
my
do it.
garden that you were telling everybody looked awful. It actually looks pretty darn good, if you ask me.
All right, let's take a look. This is the garden.
I didn't spend a lot of time on it either.
Yeah, it's weedy.
Look at those beautiful dandelions right here.
I think you actually look at the size of these bleeding hearts.
Look at the centerpiece of the garden right here.
Yeah,
That's
You're-
beautiful.
you're
I
one
did
of
that
those-
on purpose.
one of those dandelion lovers.
Well,
I'm not a dandelion lover. I can't,
it's organic.
it doesn't matter if I like dandelions or not. I get slack for not liking them, but you know what? We have so many, we'll never not have dandelions, so I don't care.
So all I really have to do is weed it, compost it, throw some mulch on it, and this thing's gonna look beauty.
Wow, that's impressive. I think you're starting to pay attention.
Well, some of us aren't plant tone deaf. We hear everything.
Wow, you are just on it.
That's why I'm working.
Get back to that
I've
painting.
heard enough. Leave me be. Go to work. Do something.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
All right, now that the wife is gone, be a good time, I thought, to pull out the camera and show you where we are. Just started the eaves over here on what I consider the worst side of the house. It's just awful looking. This is what really inspired me, along with my wife's nagging, to get this stain job done. But my goal is to get most of it done this week. That's right, I do have an S on my chest. So let's go. All right, so first coat's up. Was hoping to get away with one coat of a semi-solid on this siding, but unfortunately there is something majorly wrong with this siding. I don't know if it's because I used a wood brightener years ago or what, but looks awful patchy. And of course the wife came home and she's like, it looks awful. And it sounded exactly like that. Don't let her tell you otherwise. So called the company. We're going to put a solid latex black stain over this so we can get a more uniform look. And I am just looking forward to doing it. I can't wait to get up there. You know, it's so much fun to do things twice instead of once. But hey, stay tuned. This place will look good eventually. Thank you. So here we go, folks. Solid stain. That's what it looks like. It's beautiful. Black is beautiful. So yeah, wife's finally happy. After years of bugging me, the house is getting stained. What do you think? You like it?
Love it.
Good. Grab a brush.
You won't let me.
That white shirt is far too clean. All right, so I'm going to just keep going. And you people can enjoy all my hard labor in the blink of an eye. Thanks for all the help, honey, and inspiration. You're the best. This is what my shade garden looks like. Definitely been neglected as of late, or should I say all season. Anyway, wife's over there doing some work. See her way over there. She thinks I'm dumb because if you see, she's working on her throwaway garden. But it seems like her throwaway garden is getting closer and closer to her shade garden. I have a feeling within a year or two, this hill will all be one garden. Mark my words. Anyway, we're going to spend the Memorial Day weekend working. As usual. Hi. I'm just letting people know that I'm working on my garden. That we're both having a great Memorial Day weekend, doing what we love most, working in the garden. So yeah, a lot of stuff going to be happening this weekend, so stay tuned. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Oh, you're going the opposite way, trying to hide it from me. How far are we expanding this throwaway garden? I guess we have a lot to throw away.
Reshaping.
Reshaping it. It looks pretty good. Have you done anything to this garden this year?
Nope.
Yeah, you see, we both have been neglecting our throwaway gardens, basically. So what are your big plans for the weekend here?
You're looking at it.
Making your husband work? Memorial Day, I'm going to remember all the moments we spent in the garden.
I'm certainly not making you film.
Well, you know, a lot of things have changed around here, the before and after. What do you think of the house? Did some staining the last couple weeks. We have a big transformation up here. Looks beautiful. All right, honey, I'm gonna get back to work. Looks like you want to get back to work. Stay tuned, people. What'd you go golfing today? Divot City. This is what you do. You steal lawn from one end and now you're gonna put it at the other end.
Well,
I like
if
that.
we could actually get the guy to come fix the lawn in a timely manner, I may not even try this. But
Well,
I got enough weeds for the whole front lawn, luckily,
so do you actually think this is gonna work?
um,
Throwing these huge divots down here on the grass?
it can't be any worse.
It looks like half of them are filled with weeds. Are we gonna spray it with weed
This is
killer?
all weeds. This is about 10% grass. But you know what? Weeds grow best. Our whole front lawn is weeds.
So yeah, she's not really expanding the garden. She's just, you know,
I'm
re-edging it.
transplanting it. I'm transplanting all the grass to the front yard
Wow.
where it's needed.
Maybe we'll throw some Rogaine on it and we'll get this thing going.
It worked.
Well, hopefully it'll rain here and it'll not only water the grass, but rain us out of this weekend gardening project we're doing.
Well, then you'll have to do it after work. So,
I'm busy.
careful what you wish for.
I'm busy. All right, looking great. Can't wait to mow it. Half of it will end up on the house.
Lovely.
I better mow towards your vehicle. The dog's eating it. Zoe. Yes, leave it be. All right, honey. Can't wait to go back to work. Looks like we're gonna finally take this bad boy out. Why are we taking this out? You're just not happy with it?
It's half dead and half alive.
It's half dead, half alive, and it looks like we're gonna rebury it somewhere else this afternoon.
It'll get a good home. It's just I can't go through the whole season with it like that. Nothing happened on the left-hand side. It's leaning to the right. There's a big gap. So I'm gonna fill it with a butterfly bush for now because those broke fast.
Beautiful. All right, stay tuned. So I decide, you know, what are we gonna do with this bush my wife wants to get rid of? I bring it over and I make it the centerpiece of my garden. Well, wouldn't you know it, now she wants me to dig it up and bring it back there and put it back. This is unreal. What do you got going on now?
Mess.
I like how you stole my tree. That was the centerpiece of my garden. Now I have like 2 holes there. What am I gonna put there? You gonna give me that butterfly bush over there in the corner?
No. Look what happened though. The oak leaf, actually, when he dug it up, it's funny. It was like all to the left and laying down. Like if you just turn that another 45-degree angle, another 45 degrees to the right, you would see what it actually looked like before it got repositioned.
I just showed him right before I dug it up. And then I saw the potential in you, and she wanted you in the throwaway garden.
Well, so now it's backwards, like turned around and straightened up. So it's actually, the root is crooked in the ground, but it actually almost looks like a shrub. So Brian put it over in that throwaway garden that he has, and I walked over and I'm like, oh my God, it looks like a shrub. I want it back. So it's back.
So now you owe me.
I don't know anything.
I dug 2 holes. I was digging a hole, and then she's like, no, it can't go there. So then I moved it over, and then it looked so good that, yeah, she's a little Indian giver now. And she took it back.
I kind of love that in that corner. I got to tell you, I'm really disappointed with that thing. But, you know, I'm going to give it another shot. And actually, I was ready to yank it because I couldn't stand looking at it. And it's alive. So hopefully it doesn't pout too much. But I just literally fluffed up the soil.
So the moral is never give up on a plant. Maybe you can just like spin it around a couple times before you dig it up and put it in the throwaway garden.
Well, you have to dig it up before you can spin it around. Either way, it needed to be, it was either going to be taken out, but I was pretty surprised to see how nice it looked. So I'm going to try. If it starts wilting and it just pouts because we just like pruned the heck out of the roots,
were you surprised to see?
It can go back in there. I'm exhausted. We're soaking wet, by the way. We've been working outside in the like rain and humidity.
Were you surprised to see how nice my garden looked, though?
I'm surprised to see how wet my jeans are just from walking in the grass and in the yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway,
she just doesn't want to admit.
Admit what?
How surprised you were at my little throwaway garden over there.
No, I was surprised about the oak leaf. I don't really, you know, I love your garden. I'm glad that you have a project and that you've taken this gardening thing so seriously.
It's beautiful. Did you see the hostas? I was naming them left and right.
Oh yeah? Well, hostas are over there.
A bunch of different kinds of hostas. Like your typical different hosta, like a shade plant hosta. It didn't really matter. People knew what I was talking about. I mixed up the hostas with some...
What, you did a tour of your own shade garden? Really?
Well, you know what?
Why don't you just take over, being you know so much, and then leave me alone?
Well, you know, you didn't seem like you wanted to film today.
Yeah,
so
I really have so much to do that I don't really... I'm exhausted. I have so much I want to get done. It's hard to film and, like, get things done at the same time, because it's not like... I'm out here and I get this idea and I'm like, just get it done. Like the planters. I can show you these, which is a total mess right now. Embarrassing, really.
Yeah, well, it was a spur of the moment thing, wasn't it?
I somehow got myself into another food and flower garden tour. It's like a food vegetable garden flower tour, except my vegetable garden has all cut flowers in it this year. So I have to like improvise. I thought I was volunteering for a vegetable garden tour, like to help out at somebody else's. And turns out I was volunteered to host at my house. So I'm putting vegetables and herbs and stuff around the patio garden, which actually I think makes sense. And I decided to do a food and flower planter. Instead of like the pretty flowers, which I really love in my planters, I put a tomato as the centerpiece with the ladder so it can go up and it'll have hopefully fruit by the time the tour comes. And then I did basil and marigolds and then a couple different like zinnias and calibrachoa and one other little thing in there just to give it some pretty. So we'll see. I don't know. I just pinched back all the basil so it looks a little skint right now.
So are those flowers edible or not?
The marigolds are actually edible. The basil's edible and the tomatoes are edible. So it's half edible, well, like 70% edible, 30% pretty.
You're gonna plant some onions back here, so when I'm cooking some sausage on the grill, I can just grab a fistful of onions and
No. Actually, there are onions. Believe it or not, yes, there are. There's nasturtiums and onions right there, and some kale, which I know you'll love. And actually, the nasturtiums, these are the leaves are edible, and then they flower, and the flower is edible. So if the dogs don't pee on them and kill them, then we can.
So I'll have some nourishment.
You all right?
The nourishment.
Nasturtiums.
Nourishment. What is it called? Nourishment. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say nasturtiums. You need some help.
Well, that's a tongue twister.
No, it's not.
I want some uriment. Nourishment. You got it.
How many have you had today?
Say that 3 times.
I could. Nourishment. It's all on you.
Well, hey.
So look, this is like, I put basil and onions in there also, purple basil, because it's pretty. And then I have more nasturtiums and sorrel and basil, and there's more onions back there. I don't know how well the onions are going to do in the ground where the dogs kind of run through. But I did put a little obelisk right there in hopes that it keeps them from running. But here's another issue I have now. So I bought 3 of these Amsonia, the storm cloud, and now they're like really happy. Like this is one of those perennials I was like, holy cow, it came up gangbusters in the spring. It's almost done blooming, but I have 3 of them there and they're really crowding my daylilies. So I may only need 1 there. So I have this like thing in the back of my brain that's like, oh, you know, you're gonna yank 2 of those out and put them probably in front of the oak leaf because it needs something to sort of hide it this year. So I think I'm just gonna yank out this front one, and leave the back one. And you know, because the coneflowers are back there too, and the basil and stuff. So I need to open that up a little bit.
Can we put those in my throwaway garden?
No, but they need sun.
Oh, how come everything good needs sun?
Actually, I have something for you. Come.
You might want to let your dog out before it runs through the screen.
We'll let it out on the way over.
Come on, Zoe. Come on out, boys. Look out! Here comes the cavalry.
There's only 1 boy.
Well, whatever.
So I have something for you.
Oh, you have a throwaway for me?
Oh no, I bought this. I bought 3 of them. So, well, you're not getting this, but I have to tell you too. There's a new Astilbe out. This one, you know, this one is Delft lace, right? It has the bronzy foliage. It gets even more bronzy if it's in sun, but this is kind of a shady garden. This, look at the size of this. This is Brunnera. And look at the stinking leaf size on it. These leaves get 9 inches across. That one's called Jack of Diamonds. So I bought 3 of those because I couldn't help it. And I knew this needed a little bit of filler plants. This gets 3 feet wide, like a Hosta, like 3 feet. So of course I'm gonna get one of those. There's another one here because I want this to sort of fill in there. Yeah.
And what am I gonna get? A wheelbarrow full of garbage?
I started talking about something. I already got distracted. So I started talking about the Delft lace Astilbe. This is another Astilbe. Look how dark this is. This is called Dark Side of the Moon. Another new plant.
It looks
gorgeous.
Like poison ivy, kind of.
Oh, it does not.
A little bit.
It's beautiful. It's black. Like the foliage is black. It's not mottled black. It's not kind of black. It's totally black. This also will take full sun, but it says it wants wet feet. So if you put it in full sun, you need to water it a lot or it's not going to do well. So trust me, if it says that on the tag, you definitely want to listen. But anyway, so this garden kind of got another little reshape. I did more of this in a drift. I did more of the Astilboides. Oh, and I got Autumn Briliance, the Japanese painted ferns that are like the silvery that everybody has. There's one that's called Autumn Briliance that has these orangey peachy tones to them, and they get bronzy like when they first come out, when they first leaf out. They have these gorgeous tones to them, and then it's kind of like a limey color otherwise. So I have 3 of those that went in because that's a good filler for in there.
Are they summer stupid?
Huh?
They're autumn brilliance. Are they summer stupid?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, they are. And so I have one. I have a third one for you.
Oh, you're going to give me one? Of a Astilbe?
No, this is Brunnera.
Oh, Brunnera.
Yes. So there it is. Jack of Diamonds. It gets 14 to 16 inches tall and wide. No, tall. 9 to 10 inch leaves.
And it's good for shade, right?
Best in full shade. More. Now I'm talking like you. Moist soils. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, who's got the tongue twisters with all these dumb names?
And it says morning sun is tolerated. So this is like a full shade plant.
Really? How much does one of those go for? Yeah, funny the price tag is never on these plants when you bring them home.
You know what? Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, because it's a gift. That's another way to get out of it.
Yes.
She gives it to me, so she can't tell me what the price
Jax!
is.
Jax, ow, ow, ow.
Hey, now.
Get out of there.
All right, walk. Look out. Oh, my God. Oh, it's like walking through a landmine.
Speaking of.
Minefield, I should say. Look, what did you eat? He's licking his chops. He might have ate some herbs over there.
Anyway, so this is amazing and dramatic, and you will probably love it. And it needs full, actually it says full shade. This one might do well, and that one might get fried. We'll see what happens. So I may have to put, if I have to move the one on the right-hand side to the left, I am gonna need this back.
All right, well, you owe me 2, so I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Well, this is kind of like 2 plants.
Well.
Because it's 3 feet wide, don't be greedy.
Well, I have 2 holes to fill, though.
So that's that.
All right, well, thanks. That looks good.
Yeah.
So you also did some work over here today,
Oh
didn't
my
you?
God, I got soaked and I got caterpillars all in my hair, which is partially why I look.
I'm sorry, but this garden is just underrated. I love it.
Well, then weed it.
I might take it over. I might have to.
You can take over the weeding.
It needs some loving.
Look, it got a bell.
Did Blake bring the ones we straightened out up here or no?
Yes, that's it, 1 and 2.
Oh, good.
So I had to stake the peonies because this is like shady. So these were laying on top of the hostas. So I had to see these little rings. They work great to hold up like the peony stems and give it some room. Yeah, Rodger's flower is sending up blooms. That's the mom plant back there. Look at the size of these leaves. Massive stuff, man. I love this. Look at the size of this. This is like wider than my entire body.
Wow.
I know.
So
and
that's
it's so
why you
healthy.
don't have to
love
weed,
it.
right?
I love that.
It's
well, a lot of this, like if I let it go, the weeds are underneath, but I just messed them up and I need to mulch under there. And I wanted to do that before they all leafed out. And here I am, almost May and almost June. And I haven't even mulched it yet. So, but anyway, I split that. I took a division of the parent plant and I put it in front here. But looking at the size of that, it's a bad idea. Oh, you want some of that? You can have some of this big stuff for over there.
Is it going to spread though?
It loves shade. No, look, that clump. It grows big like that, but that's taken almost 8 years to get like that.
Do I have to dig it out, or are you going to dig it out and
front.
give it to me?
You can have this one in the front.
That doesn't answer the question. Do I have to dig it out?
Well, this was just put in this year, so the roots are not very deep. It's shallow rooted.
I'll think about it.
No, you'll take it.
Well,
that's it.
There's nothing else to offer. I don't think that'll look good. I don't like the green. I don't think it'll go good with my lime colors.
Really?
Well,
who are you?
You know what? A garden is going to look different.
Look what happened to my poor Liberty. You know what? Everybody always posts pictures of Liberty Hosta. This one, it's like amazing. I think the tree roots, I have these little fine black roots that just work like thread all across the top of the soil, and it never does well. It could be the fact that it's like crammed in here, but I did clean it out a little, and it still never really fills out. I'm not sure why that peony is even there. As a matter of fact, I think that is actually growing every year because I don't remember it ever being that tall. But, and look what happened. Did we get hail? We got something. But anyway, that one's really pretty, and I would love that one to fill out. As a matter of fact, I might get another one and give you this clump of Rodger's flower and put another limey one in there. Because it's got a lot of blues and stuff. But I need that either a white and green or another big Liberty.
So
or
will
maybe
that
I move that one back.
Will that Hosta die with those holes in it or
no,
not?
That's healthy as can be.
Huh? So you don't know what caused that?
Probably a slug. It looks like a tear though.
Do beetles bungee jump or no?
Yeah.
Looks like that could happen.
What? In this
Off the
garden,
peony.
they do everything.
Oh.
So anyway, but this got a
Never
nice
know.
weeding until I hit the poison ivy in the back, which you also need to take out because I'm not touching it. You saw the battle marks last time I had poison ivy?
I'm immune to poison ivy. Why is that? Why do some people get poison ivy and some people don't?
I look at it and get it. I'm not touching it.
It's like superpowers.
Anyway, so yeah, so this is fun. Look at this one. I'm pretty sure this hosta now that I'm looking at it is humpback whale. Do you see the size of this? Look at the size of the freaking hosta.
It looks like a
huge.
whale's tail.
No,
Well, it does.
kind of.
Why would they call it a hunchback
No,
whale?
humpback whale, because humpback whales are huge. Anyway, look at this is wider than my arm span, and the leaves are massive. It's definitely not elegant or a big daddy or blue daddy or anything like that because it's green, but it has like this weird, almost a gradient to it where it's green and then it goes to blue on the tips. And I did buy a humpback whale. I don't think it made it. I didn't think it made it. Maybe I stuck it over here, and now 12 years later, here we are.
Is it possible it beached itself over here?
It what?
Beached hunchback whale?
Yes, for you, it's possible.
What is this? This is actually better. Why are you so into
don't-
that one when this one is
I
even
gave
better?
my dad a division of this because he loved it so much. This is the cousin of Rodger's flower. This is Astilboides Tabularis.
Oh,
Don't even try it.
I won't.
Anyway, this is beautiful. I love this. And most of the time it gets eaten. Some of the leaves get eaten. This year looks pretty good. I have some damage.
And that's shade, right? It doesn't
This
need
loves
much sun.
shade. Loves it. And it gets flowers. Matter of fact, it's kind of shading. Oh, I have a hellebore in there. Look at that. I have trouble growing those. And you know what? I can see why now. It's like totally being covered.
It's a hell of a place for a hell of a boar to be growing.
So anyway,
And this has holes in it too.
look at the size of that leaf, man. Isn't that huge? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you try to attack that if you were a bug?
I wonder if
Look at the size
do
of that
tree
thing.
frogs use that as a lily pad or
So
something?
cool. I've never seen tree frogs in that, but I have seen them in the hosta flowers. I've seen them sitting. Ow. So, and you know what else I found today? I'm gonna show you. If I can get in here.
Poison ivy.
No, yeah, other than that though. Look at this. And there's a whole bunch of it back here.
Oops.
I was gonna bring it to you.
Oh, I didn't
It's
know.
pink. Lily, you're gonna kill my hosta leaves.
No, I'm
and then
not.
gonna
I made
have
it
to kill
through.
you.
Look at that.
And then I'll
right
fill
there.
that big hole over there with you.
Well, so what is this you got?
It's a pink. Well, it's kind of washed out and almost totally bloomed out already, but it's a pink lily of the valley. I have white right here. See white? They smell good. They smell good. White, and I have pink ones. And I know I have pink ones because I bought pink ones, and I stuck them somewhere. But I'm down there weeding under that massive plant, and I see a whole bunch of pink little bells, and I'm like, oh my god, they actually are starting to spread. And now
Can you move them over here?
I'm actually gonna pull those here maybe.
Can you put them next to the pug lily? Or no?
It'll make her smell better.
Let's hope.
But you know, Lily of the Valley, look, it kind of really takes off. So I don't really want it over there, but because it's so shaded, I mean, I have a nice little patch back there, but I would like to move it somewhere where I can enjoy it. Maybe
What's
I'll
that
mix
flower
it in.
back there, honey? Right there.
That's a hellebore.
Oh, that's what a hellebore looks like when it can actually...
The flowers are like kind of upside down on this one, but look, they're kind of pretty. They have, look at how nice and delicate that is.
You know,
And look at this. You know what? Mary Bates, the woman on my Facebook page has like amazing hellebores, and she's going to be really proud of me because I keep telling her I have trouble with hellebores. This one literally has to be like at least a decade old, and it's thriving. It looks bigger. It looks like it's flowering, and I'm leaving the seed heads so that hopefully they get pollinated and they go to seed. Because she told me just to leave it, let it go to seed and let them spread. And that's what I'm doing. And I have lots of open ground there. So I'm listening to your advice, Mary.
Nice.
Yeah, so. And I love her. Like, you can get different colors and stuff. But that one seems to be, like, it has survived all these years with neglect and all this stuff. And I think maybe it's good that I haven't paid attention to it. Because sometimes when I pay attention to things, they die. Because... you know, I overdo it with things. But
notice, you want to point out the new paint job on the house or what?
yeah,
Looking good.
thrilled with that.
Boy, whoever did that knew what they were doing.
That, you know what? I'm happy.
I know, so am I. I'm happy it's done.
I even like the roof that it's brown. I actually like that it's kind of brown on the roof, and I like the tan around the windows. I think that really works, and I think it accents the foundation rock, the cultured stone on the foundation. So,
Well, enjoy it now because after a couple angry bird turds, it's
well,
gonna...
you're gonna have to wash that off if it happens.
Well, no, you make the birds mad too, so we're gonna have some problems
I
here.
miss my birds. My bluebirds fledged, and now I have this really yappy wren that's in the shade garden box, and he's just like, he literally hurts my ears. And he's cute and little, and
Well,
but he is obnoxious as hell.
The black looks good, but unfortunately, the only disadvantage is it does bring those carpenter bees, and then the woodpeckers come and they start pooping all over the place, and then pecking the wood. So we'll probably have to call the exterminator there and have them come spray it or something. So it definitely will come with some costs, right? I know it was cheap because the painter gave you a discount, but...
And you know what? It's a good thing the painter got it done before Memorial Day, because that's when it was on my calendar to have him do it.
Oh, I know, and that
No
painter...
baseball, no nothing. We actually have a day home. It's been so stinking busy between kids and sports and work. I have not had a chance to do anything here, which is why we haven't put up a video in eons. But anyway, so there's a lot going on this weekend. So hopefully once we're done doing all of this stuff and cleaning up, we can do a tour where it actually looks presentable and not like an absolute disaster.
Awesome. Thanks, honey. Looking good.